Hi everyone, I'm Thea from acejob.com.au. I help skilled migrants and international students get jobs and live a better life. Do you know that before reaching the hiring managers, your application and specifically your resume needs to go through and pass a notorious gate, the ATS, which is the Applicant Tracking System, which will remove 90% of job seekers. If you are required for the position, but you don't know how to write your resume to pass the ATS, you will still be removed out of the applicant pool. So if you are interested in knowing how to write the resume to pass the ATS and reach the hiring managers, then keep on watching this video to the end. ATS is a software which will scan your resume to check whether you are a good match to the position that the hiring managers are looking for. It will remove 90% of the unqualified candidates. So, for example, if there are about 200 people applying for one position, the ATS will remove 180 unqualified candidates and just leave the top 20 applications for the hiring managers to skim further. So you can see how powerful the ATS is, and getting through the ATS should be your ultimate goal if you want to land a job interview. So what should you do to pass the ATS? After knowing what an ATS is, you may have a question, so how does ATS work? So the ATS is programmed to look for the key information of the position on your resume to decide whether you are a good match to the position that you are applying for. The first tip for you is to make sure that you have all the key information of the position on your resume. What an ATS does is to look for the keywords of the position that hiring managers have put in the system. These keywords could be anything about the position, such as skills, experience, knowledge, software, etc., that are most important to perform the job. That's why you need to make sure that you include these important keywords on your application, including your resume and your cover letter. In many cases, the ATS only recognizes and counts exact matches, meaning you need to use the exact word that the ATS is looking for. If you have the correct experience, but you wrote your resume using a different word than what the ATS is looking for, you might not come out as the most qualified candidate. For example, if you wrote your resume saying you are an Excel expert, but the ATS is looking for someone with experience with the spreadsheets, then your resume may never reach the hiring managers because it has been removed by the ATS. An ATS can recognize whether a skill or an experience is present on your resume, but the task of interpreting the value of that experience is still be done by the hiring managers. That's why many job seekers told me that, yes, I'm sure that I've included the keywords on my resume, but they still haven't received interviews. If you just claim that you have a particular skill on your resume, it's still not convincing to the hiring managers because it just means that you have put the keyword of the position on your resume, but the hiring managers cannot see how you use the skills and achieve the results. So instead of just copying and pasting the keywords on your resume, you should tie it to a specific achievements. You should explain about how you have used the skills to achieve results to make it more convincing to the hiring managers. Now you should know that you are not the only one using keywords on your application. All the job seekers are doing the same. So if you are using the same words as your 200 competitors, then how can you stand out from the crowd? The answer is your achievements, because no one can have the same achievements as you. So they are the assets that are unique to only you. So what should you do? Using keywords is not enough. You need to put them in the context of your achievements and quantify them to make them convincing to hiring managers. If you don't know how to quantify your achievements, then make sure that you check out these two videos right here, where I share with you a lot of tips to write your achievements, explain and quantify them to make them the most remarkable. So make sure that you check out these two videos right here. Many times I receive a nicely designed resume where the job seeker invested some money in the template and designed it with the hope that to make it outstanding and catch the hiring manager's attention. It may hurt you to hear this, but please get rid of the expensive design, because fancy resumes are not only harder for the ATS to read, but also harder for the hiring managers to skim. In order to scan for the keywords on your resume, the ATS need to convert the document into a text-only file, where all the fancy formatting will be lost. In the worst case, it cannot read the important information due to the fancy desire, and you may turn out to be the unqualified candidate because the most relevant or the most important information has been lost. So, what kind of formatting that you should avoid when writing your resume? You should avoid tables, boxes, footer, header, images, shading, etc. When writing your resume, you should keep the layout clean and simple, and instead you should focus on having high quality content, because at the end of the day, the hiring managers want to hire someone who can do the job, not someone with a beautifully designed resume but doesn't have much to talk about on their profile. Now, writing a resume that can pass the ATS and impress the hiring managers to land you job interviews should be your ultimate goal. But if you don't know how to write a resume that can pass the ATS and land a job for you, then feel free to reach out to me. Head over to my website at acejob.com.au/one-on-one. Check out the secret job securing system and all the testimonials on that page. Book in a call with me from the calendar, and we'll share with you the action plan where I customize based on your profile and the challenges you are facing to get the job you want in the shortest time. Now, in this video, I've been talking about the strategies to get your resume past the ATS, but the next step is you need to impress the hiring manager as well. So how can you impress them? If you are interested, then I want you to hit that notification bell, because in the next video, I will share with you the best resume secrets that the employers will never tell you. This may give you some behind-the-scenes information to help you write a resume that can land a job. So if you are interested in watching that video, hit the notification bell now. In the meantime, while you wait for that video to come out, I talk about strategies, tips, advice, mistakes to help you get the job in the shortest time in these two videos right here. So make sure that you check them out. Thank you so much for watching the full video. If you want me to talk about any specific topics, please leave a comment below to let me know. Good luck with your job search, and I will see you in the next video.